There I am. Alright, let's give this a go. Ready, set, and talk your guts out. Hi, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Hilk empath. I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. If you're here, welcome to my tube. If it's later and you join me, welcome to my tiny tube. I'm a esoteric Sherlock Holmes. I collect data. And I flip and twirl through the dimensions. And then I share what I find with you. And I hang out with my mom. Mom, you want to say hi?
Hi.
She waves. She does her own wave. Did you see it? I don't know. Was it bright enough? There she, yeah, she's just hanging out. So I just got her ice cream cone. It was every day's an energetically packed day around here. I got up, and one of the dog's stomach erupted all over. Well, there's a place over there and a place over there, and I just wasn't a very nice, pleasant way to wake up. Mom tried to clean it up. She did. Thank you. I appreciate her effort. I do. She took the initiative. You know how many people don't even take the initiative to do stuff? They just leave the mess where it is. Or add to it or whatever, you know. Not around here. Anyway. Pump Up the Jam. CC Music Factory is going in my ear right now. I said CC Music Factory. I am wrong. It's Pump Up the Jam Technotronic. Same era, different freaking band. Whoops, my bad. Anyway, so we got it all cleaned up and taken care of and went on with the day. And it's kind of a weird day. It's a weird day. Energetically, it's a weird day. Every day, they all are. And the more sensitive or actually self-aware you become, it's just your energy field is going to just start being played like an orchestra. And when you hit those high notes, but those low notes. So people got to figure it out and get themselves in alignment and tune themselves in, get dialed in. So they are at the ultimate harmonic convergence, the prettiest tune they could be. And not be all patwang. That's what we got right now, Ma, is a whole earth of patwang. People are patwanging all over. This is my hat. The hat is about Heilman Dog Park. It's a dog park in a place called Atascadero, California. My dad was part of the process of this dog park at one time. So he helped build it. Anyway, so I got the hat. I'm all about buying hats and t-shirts and sweatshirts to support places and people that, you know. I got a t-shirt, Straight People Like Rainbows Too. Also, if you're like any kind of way, you know, and you get all lonely and crazy and stuff because things are crazy, send me, if you don't want me to read it, just put in the subject matter, do not breed, and put everything down in straightpeoplelikeRainbows2@gmail.com. I'll just delete it. You know? I get this stuff out of your head, and I don't judge people for the thoughts that they have. I don't judge people for the actions that they take. For spirits having a human experience, and most people, the majority of the people on this planet don't even really click, we got a spirit. They ain't living that way. So, and they're serving different gods. Not the same God I serve. God, Source, Creator, Mother and Father Nature, Order. Anyway, all that stuff, all that cosmic juice stuff, Kundalini life force, why the pyramids exist, all that stuff. So I made some notes, some weird stuff occurrences that I saw today, or not weird, but the world is really cleansing right now. It is super duper cleansing right now. I saw Portland got freaking, and Washington got pretty well pummeled by winds, and the ground is so saturated that it just knocked trees and stuff all over the place. I don't know if it would look here. You know what? So there's a lot of damage and a lot of power out in the Pacific Northwest. A lot of cleansing happening. Rick did an astrology report today. He hadn't done one in a while. I hadn't heard from him in a few months. He's a Libra. He's been going within and just doing like personal readings and stuff like that. So it was good to hear from him, and you know, what he said verifies kind of my train of thought with how things are going to play out, and that is that people are just going to have to make their own little bit of heaven on earth wherever they go. Collectively, they're going to have to. Because as a whole, it's going to get just more stupid rules. And that's not fun for people like me, man. More stupid rules because somebody that gets paid entirely too much, and because they're related to somebody and, you know, haven't really had jack shit for experience, are going to tell me what I can and can't do. You know? And it's just going to get more annoying. It is. It's going to get annoying because the control freaks are shorting out, and it's not just going to happen, you know, in a flash and then it's going to be done. This is a wave of energy that's happening. It's so, you know, and truths truths always come out. There's just times when the astrology lines up that the potential exists that they're going to come out more. But if you aren't a trash bag, don't have all these secrets, don't have all these freaking, you know, don't live like a D-bag, then you don't ever have to worry about, you know, stuff coming out all the time, right? Good Doctor came back last night. It was cool. It was so very synchronistic. It was the patients. There was a dude with PTSD and a woman that was an empath. And it was like, oh, and look, Ma, both of those are me. See, I never read about PTSD. I never, like, those weren't, like, clinicals, like, those weren't, I never did. And then I hear and I see these storylines about people that portray people with it, and I'm like, oh, God, that's me. And then I did talk to a lady last week about getting a medical card here in New Mexico. And the first question she asked was like, have you lost joy in things that you used to find a lot of joy in, or something like that? And I was just like, oh my goodness, I keep scrolling through my music because on my playlist, I'm just like, I don't even like this song. Why did I download this song? This song is stupid. I hate it. Why is music so dumb now? I was like, what? I started getting mad at music, and I was like, yeah, okay. You know. So I know. I just never go to places where they tell, because I don't want somebody that's read a book or read a handful of books and written interpretations, papers on how they interpret these books that they've read, but they ain't never really actually gone through jack shit that are gonna tell me about me. I'm pretty self-aware. So it was they did a pretty good job, I think, depicting post-traumatic stuff, you know. Like, only thing is this guy, he doesn't land good, and I land good. I haven't got to the point that I wake up and I'm like, but I don't wake up and don't know where I'm at. When I wake up, I was like, okay, I'm in it, let's go. You know, now since I got kind of lazy, and it's just kind of, I'm going to have to get back to her. But I land pretty good. I don't wake up when I was a little kid, I used to thrash around and kick my legs, I guess, like a banshee. Like I would, I would kick. So, but ever as an adult, you know, and I meditate. I got to meditate about an hour today. I had a really good meditation with the sun beaming in my eyes. See? Things are gonna get freaking nasty, dude. For a lot of people. For me, probably not a lot's gonna change. For a lot of people, probably not a lot's gonna change. Well, for a lot of people that have been used to living life in a certain way, they're because we're supposed to be made to have more of the same experiences. That's what the human experience, that's what being a human is about, is our spirit just having experiences. And for so many people, just to have like this Groundhog Day experience, it ain't, well, all these other people being hogs and weirdos, it ain't cool. So this control paradigm, it's shifting. And it's shifting in people. That's the thing, is once more people start realizing, hey, maybe I'm not the captain of my own ship. Maybe there is something bigger, powerful, divine out there that is making things go in a kind of way. Hold on a second. Stand by. I guess it's funny, this song that is playing in my ear is that Del Rey chick. And I don't... Lana Del Rey. And there's only like one song that she likes, that she plays, that I like on this album. Honeymoon. And I don't really like her. I like the album because it reminds me of a period of a time and hanging out with a buddy that liked her. So it was more like a nostalgia thing, kind of a deal. And I guess she put out a song about chemtrails. It's just like, we're gonna live, and it's just like everything's gonna be so in our face, but we're gonna have to live with it for a while, because things only shift on a dime in DC. You know, I mean, they try and get, like, you know, things done in cities to help with the infrastructure so things don't collapse, and nothing can ever get done, right? But they can have a street sign printed up in a heartbeat. The Black Lives Matter. What street did they did that a while back, when there is a different kind of riot there. They made like Black Lives Matter Avenue or some shit. It's just like, it's all marketing, and it's all font, and it's all selling stuff. It's all to perpetuate markets. And so many markets are closing. So many markets are closing. So Gaia is speaking to us, and she's trying to let us know that whatever density we have within each and every one of us, if more people on the earth have more than 50.1% density, like negative energy in them, that will manifest in her. So if you don't like the storms that are cleansing her right now, then raise your vibe and stop being part of the science, the mad science. See? Because it's just the beginning. It's just the beginning. Omaha got wind advisories. I guess the Pacific Northwest some places saw like 50 to 70 mile an hour. And places in Oregon saw floods. Talk. You face sucker. So, and then Earth Gaia grows from the inside. From the inside. And if she doesn't like how a collective pocket of energy is vibing, she's going to make sure that that part of the earth is cleansed. Because, see, she's not going to get a cancer. See, she's just going to express her emotions. She's not going to hold it in. And if we hold it in, that's where the dis-ease comes in, and stuff in your feelings and denial and all that stuff is only going to make the important parts of your body, put them into stress. That's how cancer's caused. And too much of anything good, is like even self-care. I see all this. So there's balance. I get to meditate about an hour a day. I don't always get to do the self-care that I want to do, I got to make sure that other people are cared for more. So it's not just about me. So people are going to have to realize they're just going to have to make their own local communities fun and comfortable, because as a whole, it's just going to be a big old hole for a while. So Gaia is definitely speaking to us and letting us know to do not withhold. Release all your pressure in a positive, constructive way. Never put your hands on people out of anger or love without consent. It's a good rule of thumb. Just don't touch people. As within, so without. The pressure is mounting. The pressure is absolutely mounting. It is definitely mounting, for sure. I don't know if I want to talk about that. When I was a little kid, I used to wish I had a wiener. Because all the pretty girls liked guys with wieners. And then I would hang out with these guys, right? Because I was always a tomboy and stuff. And I never understood why these girls like. And then I was like, sometimes these girls like these guys just for their wiener. Because they never like the guys, because the guys are dumb. It's just so funny, the things I've seen. Like when I was in the Air Force, some of the guys that would just freaking milk in the system, they're a great society. Even them, Then I was reminded of the pictures today of all the National Guard, like laying around in D.C. and stuff. I'm like, dude. It's a way more lackadaisical military these days. Why aren't they standing in formation? All the people in China, they're all 10 head. Dude, really? They're all just on their cell phones? I mean, our readiness is shit. Our readiness is shit, man. Bunch of freaking redneck hicks. Beer bellies defending us. Mom, we're safe. I gotcha. I can ruin somebody's day with a cup of soup. I don't need no firearms. I don't live by the sword, die by the sword. I won't have one. I won't do it. What else? Am I done yet? Is she done yet? That was when I was a little kid. And now it's like if you express any desire, now they'll just be like, okay, schedule for post-op, pre-op, or whatever. Let's just give them the old sex change. I can't believe how readily society is trying to get it. No, stop doing that. Surgery is and all those pills. They just perpetuate big pharma. That's all the hormones, all that. Stop doing that. All the oh, it's so bad. That whole business is shifting to holistic, and people freaking talking about their feelings and emotions instead of eating them, and instead of drinking, they're walking around in freaking nature and hanging out with the birds and the squirrels and going, wow, man, you guys are really cool. How come I never noticed you before? It's like, because you never got your ass up off the couch and went around and walked around and hung out with the aminals. They always, what? Has Tucker annoyed you? Don't be afraid of your freedom. People are finding their freedom inside. What are you going to do with your freedom? Some people do weird, creepy shit with their freedom. I like to buy presents for other people that I think that if I were them, I think it would be cool to have. Yeah. That's what I like to do. Other people like to do weird stuff. Anyway. The ocean has been extra active too, yet people think it's, you got them. It's weird. I saw a story about a bunch of kids in little baby sailboats. Come on, good boy, Benny. That freaking got toppled over. I don't think any of them died. And then another father and a woman lost her 2 kids and her son and her husband in the same instance because of a sneaker wave in California. And it's just like, accidents happen because people just don't pay attention, and oftentimes they're in a new land or a new climate, they don't even know what they're supposed to be paying attention to. And it's a lot of painful life lessons are going to be learned in this next time period. So, what else? Is that it? Aphylactic. Oh, when I went to the frickin' the shop yesterday, the food shop, the pet critter food place, the food store, the feed store, I wrote down Aphylactic Shock and Awe. That's what I wrote down because I wanted to remember to tell this story. And that is and when I went in there, I was going to talk to the guy at the counter. And he was helping a woman. And so I was waiting. And he came back later, and he was telling us about how she was a nurse and how she said, don't take the vaccine. Don't take it. People are going into anaphylactic shock or what. I don't know what the word, anaphylactic, something like that. Whether it's just like, and I'm like, dude, I'm already not going to take it because I figured out today, I'm like, you know what? I think my shoulders hurt all the time, Ma. Because of those stupid freaking anthrax vaccines I got and like all the formaldehyde. Because they give you freaking a lot of that stuff. And it's for grown-ass men. And I'm a small in stature, tiny woman. And they just, that stuff, it's like straight, it's like, in my mind, they're going under the kitchen sink and just grabbing a bunch of shit, putting it in a bowl, mixing it up. I used to do that when I was a kid. I'd play mad scientist, I could have grown up and gone into big pharma. There's a lot of bad karma related to that, so. Anyway. I hope people are finding their pockets of comfort, but still being that is least, if not much, okay. However, the time that you're taking to self-care yourself and be all lazy and whatever, hope you're taking more time to be of service to other people in some sort of capacity. Because service, man, world's going to get crazy because people have it stuck in their own heads and they have an idea of how something is without having the idea that possibly there's several outcomes that can play out, and not knowing any possible one or creating any possible one could be the best course of action. Sometimes doing nothing is the best thing to do. But a lot of people are feeling this life force kundalini energy, and they just want to go out, and they're not using their energy wisely. They're not. Oh, it's almost time for a haircut. It's almost time to go see the barber. Jerome. I think that's funny that my barber's name is Jerome. Isn't that funny, Mom? So, I think that's about all I got. I tried to do art today. I wasn't feeling it. I don't like what I do, is what happens. Is I do something, I'm like, do this, do that, and then I'm like, oh, I hate that. But every now and again, oh, I found an old one that I like. I like this one. I don't always hate them. This one I like. This one is from 2331 Days. And the silver is like this iridescent, so it like reflects. Bling! It blings. Right. Let's see. I guess I should probably see. There we go. Yeah, it's my tag. I have this in what that I put it in white concrete every chance I get. It's all over. Blacktop. It's me. Damn it. I don't know. Anybody want to buy it? I'll sell it. It's an old one. Heyoka art. Native American art straight from Tejas, New Mexico. What do you think about that, Ma? I got a new shtick. People do that. People, no. My name's Marge. I like giving stuff away. And then people pay me stuff sometimes. Sometimes the universe gives me money. It's weird how it works out. I like it though. It's like internet. It's like information highway. Collective consciousness. Which freeway you gonna get onto? Which frequency you gonna ride? You know? That's what it makes me think of. Oh! You put on your slippers, Mom? I'm glad to hear it. I'll be wrapping it up here if you want to lay down and go to bed. I'm surprised the cat isn't up. I don't hate it. It's given me a different direction. I oversaturated is what happened. I'll fix it tomorrow. I have these. That's acrylic in the middle. I have these. It'll end up entirely different than what you see right here. So, I thought, use your energy wise, Mom.